Hello guys, hope you are all doing well. Welcome to Break the Box, a space we'll be using to share and challenge harmful gender norms in our societies through storytelling. So my name is Ardivini Chidezi. I am a university student and I am on a mission to eradicate harmful gender norms through storytelling. So in order to start, first of all, what are gender norms? What are some examples of such norms in our societies? When do we consider them harmful? So all those questions, we're going to answer them in today's video by talking to various students from across Africa with diverse backgrounds. So they're going to tell us what the norms mean to them, give us examples from their own communities, and basically tell us how harmful or maybe useful such norms can be in our societies. So let's get to meet them. Oh, what's your name?
My name is Diana.
And you're from which country?
Rwanda.
My name is Swale and I'm from Kenya.
My name is Happy Teta IBT from Rwanda.
I'm Abdul Karim, I'm from Sierra Leone.
My name is Deyami Job and I'm from the Gambia.
I'm Joanna and I'm from Rwanda.
My name is Arun, I'm from Sierra Leone.
My name is Aho and I'm from Madagascar.
I'm Cedric and I'm Rwandan.
My name is Dennis and I'm from Ghana.
Hello, I'm Diana and I'm Rwandan.
My name is Mamadou, I'm from Guinea.
My name is Charlotte, I'm from Rwanda.
My name is Ibrahim Agay and I'm from Senegal.
My name is Faith Randunga and I'm from Kenya.
Well, I think gender norms are like a set of rules that society puts on a certain people, maybe male or female, that they should go by.
I think it means certain roles are for females and certain roles are for males. Yeah.
I think these are things that men and women are believed to do in society because they're just men and women.
These are basically principles or rules that govern both the male and the female gender, including the LGBTQ community as well.
There are principles that govern how a boy, a girl, or a man or a woman behaves or how they are expected to be.
These are like ideals that society ascribes to both male and female.
A role we put over someone's head, like for example, female has to do this only, and for male they have to do this.
It's these small characteristics that affect how we as individuals behave in a community. So if you're a boy, you have to have this certain type of characteristics that are different from girls.
But I think it's basically just a set of probably unspoken ideologies and axioms in communities that expect women and men to behave in a certain type of way.
Gender norms and stereotypes are expectations that a society puts on someone just because of their gender.
Roles that has been dictated by society or probably dictated by culture or by religions that help our society to be more, let's say, livable and where everything is just structured.
I think gender norms are, things that people are expected to do or to be depending on either them being female or male.
When you are talking about gender, first of all, you are talking about the difference that's maybe the society can put about men and women.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's the norm and when we are talking about norm, this regulation that's we can have the right balance between men and women.
If I was to define the gender norms, I would say these are social principles that govern the behavior of men and women in the society.
Okay, one example is how girls are believed to do better house chores than boys. Yeah, that's one example. And also how girls are expected to take simpler courses in schools like business, and boys expected to take sciences.
One, I would say, not basically in my community, based on some different places that I've been, there is this ideology that women should be dressed fully feminine.
There's this one of men not being allowed to express their emotions in public.
Example of that in my community is that women are expected to cook, clean the house, and take care of
little ones and stuff like that.
Say for example, if I am a girl child and I'm at home, it's very very expected of me to just sit at home, go to the market, come back and cook, wash the dishes, while my brothers or the men in the family are sitting down at home, or it's either they go to football, come back home and find everything prepared for them.
So, I mean, of late there've been that conversation and changes that have been taking place in Kenya, but then I still come across people, or rather, I remember having a conversation with a certain lady, and I asked her, well, from her own perspective, she wants a man with money. And I was like, why? And she was like, a man is a provider. And one of the questions I asked her was, so if this man gives you money to start a business, would you be okay with it? And her reply was, no. I mean, why shouldn't he take the money and start the business and invest and whatever, and he should just provide the money? And I was speechless.
So in my community, women have to do the housework, and then male cannot do it. Like in my personal experience, I have to cook the rice, but my brother just have to chill because he is tired from school. But then me too, I'm tired. But since I am female, it's like my role to do it, and they always remind me that don't fight for your luck. We're born as female, so this is the things you have to do.
I feel like boys, when they turn into men, they're expected to do a lot of things more than women, because we're expected to cater for our family and to provide, food, shelter, and everything, while girls can just, they finish school, for example, right, and then they can wait for a man who's financially stable.
For instance, women are more likely to stay home and support their mothers during cooking, and men are more likely to stay out late than women, because I don't know, probably think that and also it's easier for men to, especially in a relationship. I feel like women are much more sexually, I don't know how to put it, but it's like if a woman got pregnant in my community, she is more shamed at than the man who got her pregnant. So those are a little bit of tiny gender norms that I witnessed in my community. But in my home, it wasn't so much of a different. I mean, there was a tiny little bit. I could stay out a bit longer than my sister, and it's more likely that my dad wants me to, if my sister is going to stay out much longer, I have to be with her, or it's like I can't come home without her. So it was more like my mom wants me to help in the kitchen as well as my sister and all of that. But it was just a tiny glimpse of a smidge of differences.
So basically, I came from a tribe which is nomad, and it's like we are called fullers, people who really are nomad and live from a place to a place by growing cows. So in my community, an example of a norm that I can give is, for example, I am not allowed to touch a lady's hand if I have the possibility or the potential to marry her. And if you are married to a lady, she's supposed to respect you and stay in the house, listen to you. For example, when you are eating, she's mandated to come and hold the plate for you. For example, the plate is on the soil and you are eating from the ground, she's supposed to hold the plate for you.
Okay, for example, here in Africa, women are expected to be, to just grow up and become wives only. That's an example, I think. And men are expected to just work, provide for the family.
So where I come from, gender roles and responsibility tend to be very well defined, and women are expected to live according to the female ideologies of our conventional ideologies of womanhood, and this limits women when it comes to opportunities, work, education. You see that most women are expected to stay home, do house chores, take care of the kids.
Like in a society such as Rwanda, we normally gender stereotypes is that usually men are superior than women, which is totally not it.
Yes, I think some norms do not give room to flexibility. So when someone is always tied in a box, I think it can be harmful in one way or another.
For example, a woman dresses like a guy, and then off the streets, guys will be maybe doing sending some kind of messages like, how will I say, try to pull her down, and that can maybe lead to her thinking low of herself and maybe infect her mental health, and she will be even afraid to go out sometimes. I feel like that's harmful.
Yeah, there is harm because that would limit you to do what you want to do, what you love, because you're expected to do something else.
If you were telling a guy that all you have to do is sit at home or go to play football, it's like you're not teaching them to be responsible.
Yeah, and I think that men should be shamed the same amount, to the same pedigree as women are when it comes to like teenage pregnancy. I don't think women should should take the blame alone and have to drop out of school.
Yeah, I think they can be harmful because that will not make you realize your potential, because you will be pleasing the society in the end.
I think it's really needed in the community, but there are again radicals in any community. So people who make it look, let's say, make the laws too hard or probably the norms too hard. But I think these kind of things are really needed in a community for the community to be structured.
So yes, because there is still some people that believe we can. So we have our own culture and we need to stay in that culture. And there is someone say no, we are in the modern world where everything need to be equal. Everyone need to have the same chance.
I think they limit people in terms of their thinking or what they could be. Because if women are expected to only become wives, so their only focus will just be on that rather than growing themselves, doing something that they really love or really like, but just stick on that.
You see that most women are expected to like stay home, do house chores, take care of the kids. Yet this woman would have done something different with her life or pursued a passion or a course that they wanted to do. So from where I come from and also working in like women development programs, I can say that from my community, gender norms is one of the biggest challenges affecting women's progress.
These are gender norms and gender stereotypes that must be abolished.
How we were raised was, such systems were deeply rooted into us. So I would understand why other people don't adapt to what the world is currently advocating for, because it's not easy to change someone's upbringing, because that's what they know and that's what they're used to. So I feel like what people should work on is towards changing these mentalities first. It's not easy, but that's the first thing people should work on.
According to Save the Children, gender norms are social principles that govern the behaviors of girls, boys, men, and women in society and restrict their gender identity to what is considered to be appropriate. Now, as we've heard from the different people that we've talked to, these norms are neither static nor universal, so they vary from place to place, from culture to culture, and they change over time. Now, most of the people that I talked to told us how harmful they are, but there's also someone who said they are actually needed in a society. It's only a problem when they are radical. Now, what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Tell us examples of gender norms in your own community and tell us what you think about them. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.